Welcome. In this video, will Xcn coin price climb to the top again? We will analyze it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and please watch to the end to understand. When looking at the chart from a broader perspective, it is clearly visible that the long-standing, closely monitored major descending trend has finally come to an end, and the price has broken above this significant trend line. This breakout is considered a highly critical development from a technical analysis standpoint, because the breakout of such a major descending trend line not only represents the breach of a resistance level, but is also seen as a signal of a fundamental shift in market psychology and price behavior. Descending trends generally represent periods in which sellers dominate the market. The continuous formation of lower highs and lower lows indicates that buyers are weak and the market is under pressure. However, these trends cannot last forever. At some point, the market gains enough strength to break this pressure, and when that moment arrives, it usually marks the beginning of a significant reversal. In the current case, this major descending trend line, after being tested multiple times, has finally been broken to the upside. This breakout has become a major source of optimism for investors and has brought fresh positive energy into the markets. The price action following the breakout is also quite notable. Rather than a rapid and aggressive rally, a healthier and more stable upward structure appears to be forming. This suggests that the new buyers are entering positions in a controlled manner. The gradual rise in price is a very positive sign in terms of the sustainability of the trend reversal, because sharp and sudden jumps in price often result in corrections. However, slow and cautious rises form the foundation of more solid and long-lasting bullish moves. It's also worth noting that this descending trend line had previously acted as a strong resistance multiple times. Each time the price touched this trend line, it was rejected and turned back down. This highlights how technically significant this trend line had been, but now that strong barrier has been overcome. This breakout shows that the market no longer sees this level as an obstacle and may even treat it as support in the future. In technical analysis, it is common for previous resistance levels to become strong support levels after a breakout. Therefore, if the price revisits this area, there is a high probability of receiving a strong bullish reaction. One of the most common questions following trend breakouts is whether the breakout is truly sustainable. In this case, the behavior of the price suggests that the breakout is likely to be genuine. Typically in false breakouts, the price temporarily rises above the trend line only to quickly fall back below it. However, in this scenario, the price is steadily moving upward after the breakout and is showing signs of forming new highs. This is an important technical confirmation that the trend has truly been broken and that a new bullish cycle is beginning. Looking at the current price movement, it's also important to note that this uptrend appears to be in its early stages. In other words, this breakout is just the beginning. The market is only now starting to establish a new positive trend. This presents serious opportunities for investors. Taking positions at the start of a trend reversal is often highly advantageous in terms of risk-to-reward ratio. Investors typically tend to enter positions after trends are fully established, but the greatest profits are often made right after such breakouts. That's why the current technical outlook presents a structure full of promising potential gains. But we can't base our analysis on trend lines alone. Let's take a look at the other metrics as well. Stay tuned. When we look closely at the chart, it can be said that the price is progressing toward a rather meaningful and positive structure. In particular, the inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is beginning to form in the short term and is known as a significant reversal formation in the world of technical analysis, is clearly in the process of forming. These types of patterns typically occur in areas where downtrends are coming to an end, and the market has the potential to initiate a new upward wave. In the current situation, it appears that the price is gradually building this strong and confidence-inspiring formation step by step. The first shoulder of the pattern is formed when the price pulls back to a certain level and then experiences a limited rise. The following head is the part where the price dips to a lower level, forming a new low, and then recovers strongly. This head region is a major signal that the downtrend may be coming to an end. Currently, the price is moving toward forming the second shoulder, and in doing so, it is showing very steady and controlled movements. This indicates that the selling pressure in the market is starting to diminish and buyers are beginning to regain control. This type of structure is considered highly positive in technical analysis because inverse head and shoulders (IHS) formations, when they occur at bottom levels, indicate the beginning of a new upward movement for investors, especially if there is a slight increase in volume during the formation of the second shoulder. It further reinforces the reliability of the pattern. Right now, The increase in volume reflects the interest and expectations of investors around this area. Once the pattern is completed and the resistance level known as the neckline is broken to the upside, the IHS formation is technically confirmed, which brings with it a significant potential for upward movement. When calculating the target of the pattern, the distance between the bottom of the head and the neckline is taken into account. This distance usually determines the potential target area after the breakout. In the current IHS structure being formed, the depth between the head and the neckline reveals the price level that may potentially be reached. This represents a highly attractive profit opportunity for investors. Especially in such formations, upward movements after the breakout are often strong, as the energy built up during the formation is released rapidly after the breakout. From the perspective of investor psychology, IHS formations are also received very positively. This structure is seen as a symbol of exiting a downtrend. Investors who have been under pressure in the market for a long time may take bolder positions once this formation is completed, which leads to an increase in buying activity. For investors familiar with technical analysis and aware of this formation, the completion of the IHS represents a turning point. This creates a positive atmosphere in the market and supports the upward movement of the price. If the IHS pattern plays out successfully, the price not only reaches its target level, but also lays the foundation for a new upward trend. This creates short-term buying opportunities and provides a safer investment environment in the medium term. The fact that the price is forming this structure through slow and steady movements increases the reliability and effectiveness of the pattern, because balanced upward movements, rather than sudden and sharp ones, are a sign of a lasting trend reversal in the market. When we examine the chart, a very notable structure is forming on the RSI indicator. RSI is an extremely valuable tool for investors to interpret buying and selling pressures, and based on its current position, we can see that it is moving toward an important level. Especially considering that the RSI has previously aligned with price movements and provided high-accuracy directional signals, its approach toward this key level signals a potentially critical and positive phase in the market. Currently, the RSI is steadily approaching a level that previously acted as a resistance zone. The fact that this level has led to similar directional changes in the past indicates that investors are watching this point closely. However, the possibility of this resistance level being retested presents a technical opportunity, because when the RSI reaches this area, it is likely that the market may enter a new phase of direction setting. The deceleration in the RSI as it approaches this resistance suggests a balance between buyers and sellers, and this point of equilibrium often marks the beginning of strong price movements. Furthermore, the RSI approaching this resistance also indicates that the price itself may be at a decision point. If the RSI touches this level, a technical pullback may occur, or a strong breakout above this level may trigger a broader upward movement. Let's keep a close eye on this RSI level. Yes, friends, I hope you liked the video. If you subscribe to my channel and like the video, more videos will be coming. Be careful in your investments, analyze the risks correctly, and always take strategic steps. I will be with you with different analyses, investment opportunities, and technical information in my videos. I wish you all a lot of profit. See you soon.